The storm on Kepri 9 did not howl like wind. It screamed. Ionized dust ripped across the dead plain in violent waves, slashing against the rusted hulls of abandoned mining crawlers half buried beneath centuries of sand. The sky burned an unnatural violet, split by veins of electric lightning that never touched the ground, only circled endlessly like predators waiting to strike. And in the middle of that wasteland, she was dying. Commander Ailira Voss lay broken at the edge of a collapsed ravine, her silver combat armor cracked open, its power core bleeding sparks into the dust. Her left leg was twisted at an impossible angle. Her visor was gone, torn away when her dropship exploded hours earlier. The Virex Dominion had been thorough. They always were. Ailira coughed, tasting iron. Her once disciplined breathing was shallow now, each inhale a battle. She activated her wrist console with trembling fingers. No signal. Of course. The Dominion had jammed every frequency within 100 kilometers. They hadn't just shot her down, they'd erased her. Left her to die as a message. She laughed weakly. So this is how legends end, she whispered to the storm. Ailira Voss had been many things: tactician, fleet commander, heir to the Solar Alliance's greatest bloodline. The woman who had held the Orion Gate against impossible odds. The symbol of resistance that the Dominion feared more than entire armadas. Now she was just another body on a dead world. Her vision blurred. The violet sky dimmed. Then, footsteps, crunching slowly through the dust. Ailira's instincts flared even as her strength failed. Her hand moved weakly toward the plasma sidearm strapped to her thigh, but her fingers wouldn't close. A shadow fell across her face. She forced her eyes open. The man standing over her wore no armor, just a long, weathered coat reinforced with scrap plating. A breathing mask hung unused at his side. His face was scarred, sun-darkened, and human. Undeniably human, in a sector where humans rarely survived alone. He crouched beside her, calm despite the storm. "You're bleeding out," he said, voice steady. "If I don't move you in the next 2 minutes, you're dead." Ailira tried to speak. Nothing came out. The man met her gaze, his eyes sharp, observant. "Commander Voss," he added. Her blood ran cold. "You shouldn't know that," she rasped. He smiled faintly. "A lot of people know your face. Not many know you were shot down here." She struggled to stay conscious. "Then finish it." The man shook his head. "I don't work for the Dominion." "Neither do scavengers," she muttered. "That's where you're wrong." He activated a compact gravlift harness and slid it beneath her broken body with practiced care. "I'm not a scavenger," he said. "I'm a retriever." The man who shouldn't exist. He took her to a place that shouldn't have existed on Kepri 9. Beneath the ravine lay an ancient pre-collapse vault, its doors carved with symbols older than the Alliance itself. Inside, the air was clean, warm, protected by technology far beyond modern design. Ailira drifted in and out of consciousness as he treated her injuries with precision that rivaled Alliance medics. Nanite sutures sealed torn muscle. A synthetic brace aligned her shattered leg. Painkillers flowed into her system. Not enough to dull her mind completely, but enough to keep her alive. When she finally woke fully, she found herself on a suspended medical platform, staring up at a ceiling of softly glowing crystal. She turned her head. The man sat nearby, cleaning blood from his hands. "Who are you?" she demanded. "Name's AIandHumans." She searched her memory. "Never heard of you." "Good," he said. "That means I've stayed dead." Her eyes narrowed. "You knew who I was. You had Dominion-grade jammers. And this tech," she gestured weakly, "is older than the Alliance." Aaron leaned back. "I used to work for them. before they erased me. Ailira went still. Alliance intelligence, he continued. Black operations. Retrievals. Assassinations. Things commanders like you were never supposed to know existed. And now, she asked, now I retrieve people the galaxy wants gone. She swallowed. Why save me? Aaron met her gaze. Because they didn't just try to kill you, he said quietly. They tried to make sure you never existed. Her breath caught. What? The Dominion broadcast false confirmation of your death, he continued. Your fleet already retreated. The Alliance believes you're gone. Silence filled the vault. Ailira closed her eyes. Everything she had fought for, lost in a single lie. They're going to rewrite the war without you, Aaron said. And if they succeed, the Alliance loses. She opened her eyes slowly. Then help me stand, she said. Aaron studied her for a long moment. Then he nodded. The hunt begins. The Dominion didn't leave Kepri, 9 unguarded. Within 48 hours, hunter drones swept the wastelands. Black cruisers entered orbit, their weapons calibrated specifically for one target. Aaron and Ailira moved through forgotten tunnels beneath the planet's crust, avoiding scans by meters. With every step, Ailira felt her strength returning, not just physically, but something deeper. Trust. Aaron wasn't a soldier who followed orders blindly. He anticipated threats before they appeared. He fought not with rage, but with calculation. When Dominion shock troops cornered them in the vault's outer chamber, Aaron didn't hesitate. He handed Ailira a rifle. You still remember how to lead? He asked. She smirked. I never forgot. Together, they became something dangerous. Not a commander and a rogue, but a force. They escaped the planet aboard a stolen Dominion interceptor, punching through orbital fire with seconds to spare. As Kepri, 9 burned behind them, Ailira realized something unsettling. The galaxy thought she was dead, and that gave her power. The price of survival, they didn't return to the Alliance. Instead, they vanished. For months, whispers spread across the sector. Dominion supply lines collapsed without explanation. Communications relays failed. Entire battalions surrendered after receiving messages only they could see, signed with a symbol thought erased decades ago. Ailira watched the war from the shadows, coordinating strikes through encrypted ghost channels. Aaron became her blade, her shield, her constant presence. And somewhere between battles, between near-death escapes and stolen moments of quiet, something changed. One night, aboard their hidden cruiser, Ailira stood at the viewport watching stars slide past. They took everything from me, she said softly. My command, my name, my future. Aaron stood beside her. They didn't take your will, he replied. She turned to him. You saved me when you had no reason to. He hesitated, then spoke the truth. I was ordered to kill you once, he said. The words hit harder than any weapon. I disobeyed, he continued. They erased me for it, left me to die on a rock not unlike Kepri 9. Ailira stared at him, heart pounding. So, when I saw you on that ravine, he said, voice low, I knew the galaxy was giving me a second chance. She reached for his hand. And now, she asked. Now, Aaron said, we end this war. The ending, a galaxy reborn. The final strike was not loud. It was precise. Ailira transmitted a single message across every known channel, Alliance, neutral, even Dominion civilian bands. She stood before a camera, alive, unbroken. I am Commander Ailira Voss, she said, and I was left to die. Shockwaves rippled across the galaxy. Dominion leadership fractured within hours. Fleets defected. Alliance forces rallied with renewed fury. The lie collapsed under the weight of truth. But Aelira did not return to claim her old throne. Instead, when the war finally ended, she disappeared once more. Years later, historians would debate the legend. Some said she ruled from the shadows. Others claimed she died a second time, far from any battlefield. But on a quiet world beyond mapped space, a woman walked freely beneath an open sky. Beside her walked a man who had refused to let her die. She had been left to die until he came. And because of that, the galaxy survived.